Yeah. So lockdown effects in women. Now, what are the effects? Especially why I have chosen this topic. This topic seems to be very close to myself, not because just I'm a woman, because I've been dealing with so many women health related issues in my physiotherapy career, and I right now I also am in touch with my clients, and I'm taking sessions with them, and I have felt what are the changes personally I have gone through, and what are the changes we need to talk about as a women and discussed on this platform. So I'll be talking about the women's health, work, and life lockdown effects. Now, next slide. What are the things I will be covering is like what are the cognitive, I will be focusing mainly on the cognition, what is cognitive reserve, factors affecting the cognition, then lockdown effects, and the techniques how to cope with these problems. Now, before I get into the details, let me just tell you one example. Because we have Dr. Chitra with us, she would, she would be able to relate. I just want to talk, like suppose if you have a bank balance, particular bank, we keep some amount, and what will happen if we don't work hard to increase the balance and just keep on using the balance from the bank? What will happen? Definitely, the reserve will get, it will start deteriorating. The amount what we have deposited will lessen after a while. Exactly same thing happens with our brain also. We have our cognitive reserve, we have our higher intelligence reserve, and if we are not charging it, not activating it, after a while it starts showing its effects, and then we suffer from different kind of problems which we actually are not aware of. Okay, I will be discussing about these topics in detail, but first let me tell you what is cognition. So in simple terms, if I say it is nothing but it is just thinking, okay? It's a higher mental function, thinking. And it also, if you go into the details, it includes, thinking is not a small process. It includes your creativity, your how you evaluate things, how you analyze things, how you organize day-to-day activities, and how you understand and memorize things. So every day-to-day activity to do flawlessly, we need a good cognition. Okay, and as we do our daily activities, we are gaining experience, we are trying to put the reserve in our brain bank, and we are going to increase what is called as the cognitive reserve. Now when we say cognitive reserve, why it is so important to know about that, like if you there are certain factors in daily basis which affects our reserve a lot, which affects our cognition. Like there are some positive factors like your mental stimulation, the active lifestyle, the kind of positive feedback, the kind of rewards you get in your life, the positive, basically a positive lifestyle if you lead, it will activate, it will recharge the battery of your brain. But there are some negative factors also, like the poor, maybe poor way of gaining the knowledge, or some mood disturbances, anxiety, depression, poor quality of the lifestyle, or unhealthy food, poor health. These all things will lead to deteriorate your cognition. So these all things actually have taken a toll, and these are factors which are more now when we are isolated socially and we are in a quarantine phase because of this COVID situation. And what are the effects actually which has led to this lead to the problems is like there are already surveys, there's so many surveys has been done during this lockdown, and they have studied that, and they have proved that people have started feeling loneliness, though you have people around you in the family, in the home, but still there is a loneliness inside you are feeling. That is just because of this we are social human beings, right? And when we are isolated from the society, or we are not able to interact, we're not able to talk, we are not able to share our feelings, there is a kind of loneliness which is leading to a lot of psychological issues which has happened. And there's actually this very small story which I'll tell you. There was a test done of Michael Sifre, who he isolated himself for 6 months in a cave. Okay, he was there sitting in the cave for 6 months to just to find out like what will happen if I'm isolated from the society. And what he realized that after the end of the just 2-3 months, he was so desperate to talk and to see people that he started finding out some insects or some mice inside the cave to do friendship with them. So that desperate the human beings become. And now this lockdown, it has prolonged for a longer time, and it's like almost 4 months past. And people have started realizing the negative effects what they're feeling in their lives because of this social isolation. Okay, so amount of change which we all go through is it's a very, like, it's very short space of time. We have got a very immense amount of change has happened psychologically, physically. And people, those who are aware of it, they can very well pull through it. Those who are not aware of it, they have to go through a difficult phase. Now, if the lockdown, if I say it has both, positive effects also and negative also. Positive in the sense, people, those who are so tired up with the work and they're busy doing some activity, they are, feeling a sigh of relief, or they are, despite of few things which they were juggling, doing, getting up in the morning, running for the work, catching bus, taking, sessions or commitments, doing commitments. They thought it is a respite. They have got a lockdown. But is this long respite good? No, let me tell you, it is going to have a negative effect. Family bonding, yes, we have got the family bonding time, but it's the only factor to survive and to make you mentally healthy. It's again a big question. Now, leisure time, okay, if personally you ask me, I was desperate to have a leisure time, but again, now if you ask me, I'm, desperate to, is the leisure time, it's actually provoking me to, do something and to keep, I'm just tired of leisure time now. So that is also a big question. Is it a positive change or negative change? Equality time. Yes, initially, if I would say, I was, making a lot of cakes, making new dishes and having quality time with the family. But how many days? 1 week, 1 month? After that, it was like, oh my God, I'm just sick of all this. I know this is quality time. This is not quality. It is like actually, poor quality time, which we need to come out. So we, all the women, we have faced this, and we are going through this phase every day, and which has led to these positive changes, which are not, I will say complete, has led to the, you say negative changes in us. Now, what are those negative changes? We are stressed, we are, anxiety, depression, mood swings, loneliness, personality changes, and of course cognitive decline. When I say cognitive decline, it is not a, very what is short term process. The effect will be seen later on. It's a gradual process, but cognitive decline means our mental ability of thinking has reduced. We are not able to be judgmental. We are not able to judge things properly. Okay, so we are not able to balance the life work, that has become kind of taken a toll. We are not able to balance. At one point we are like, oh, I'm tired of all this, and not able to sort my problems out. So that is a negative feeling, and that which has led to this negative changes and led to the negative feelings. Now, negative feelings, what all things we are have suffering now, it is mental chaos, fatigue, confusion, mental fog, things are not clear, irritability, we have low self-esteem, failure. We feel that, as if we are not able to achieve our goals, day to day goals properly. We feel as if, we are a failure. And what is this agoraphobia? That is another thing. We are scared to go out, though the lockdown may get over within few months, but now we are not, we are since long, though we want to go out, but there, you can say that worry or anxiety is there to go out also, that if what happens, if we are leaving a family and going out and something goes wrong. So many mixed psychological feelings we are going through, right? Already all the women, we all are, juggling between future, career, family, home, love, bills, savings, and whatnot. And we are like, we are managing everything without, flawlessly. We can be a very good, we cannot be, I'm saying we are good managers, but it is too much to handle. Though we have a family support, everyone is at home, and you ideally you will think that everyone, you will be getting help, but things have piled up, and now we are like, how to manage this time, how to come out of it. Okay, so we have like two mind. If you ask me also personally, as a working, it's not only for working women, it is for those who are at home also. They are, what to do, what not to do, and whether to quit the job or to take care of the kids or to make them, educate them. So like, we have developed a mental fatigue at this juncture. If you ask 4 months past lockdown, what is the scenario, this is the status for, I think most of the women will relate to. And if these all things has led, in a way, if we start analyzing ourselves, it has made a difficulty in concentrating, learning, and we are not able to execute daily activities properly with ease, and though we want to, but we are not able to. Okay, so, but is it that we cannot cope with it? Yes, of course we can. And how can we do that? We have to make certain changes in our lives. okay, with the cognition to prevent further complications and to come out of this isolation phase. We have to accept that we are in this lockdown, and we have to apply the techniques to cope. I mean, what are the techniques few which we can apply is, you have to reframe that I'm so bored, I'm stuck inside, and I can finally focus. You have to say that I'm getting some time. It's a positive time. This time will also pass. We can focus on family and myself. This is the time. This time may never come in future, maybe, and we pray that this never comes to though any more number of generations. They should never see this kind of situation. Another tip is, you can stay close to your normal routine. Try to stay, whatever even failing you get, as we go to our workplace, we dress up nicely and we get up on time. Do that, follow that routine. If you don't follow, what will happen will be, again, this will become our habit, and coming out of the current comfort zone will be very, very difficult. So just try to stay close to the normal routine as much as possible. Avoid obsessing over endless coronavirus coverage. Obviously, coronavirus, time that you have to reduce. Stop, just looking and scrolling over the news. News will be there. It's fine. We have to be updated. We should not be ignorant about our surroundings, but at the same time, we have to limit that to come out of this, unavoidable situation which we are going through, all of us. Then a chaotic home can lead to a chaotic mind. Definitely, we have to keep things organized inside. For that, you need to take out few time for yourself, organize things properly, so that planning and execution of things should not be a problem. Start a new quarantine ritual. What do you mean by that? If possible, those who are, it's not only for the working women, it is for homemakers who are doing more job than those who are actually out going to work. You can start anything which will give you satisfaction. I think my clients, those who have entered, they will relate. I always keep on talking that you have to find out some your hobby of yourself, or keep doing activity. You focus on your health, or do some, you try to relax yourself. That is very, very important. Use telehealth. Again, I will say that I'm very glad that we have started this opportunity, and you talk to your professionals. If you have some problem, just talk to through telehealth. You can, over the virtual media, you can just talk and sort out your issues. Then be mindful of each other. It's not that we only are going through quarantine phase, it's everyone, right? So everyone may have their own issues. Respect them, have, acknowledge that, even they might suffer from something. So even if someone is, showing their tantrums or mood swings, just let that pass. After a while, you can converse and sort it out. So that we have to be when we are staying in a family and in a, amongst inside the four wall, we have to be mindful for each other's. Then talk to a trusted friend or a family member, anyone whom you trust. Never keep things inside you, and never things let to build inside you. Just talk to whomsoever you feel is a trusted person. Okay. And at last, I would say good sleep. Okay. And for good sleep, you need to maintain a very good sleep hygiene. And you maintain that sleep hygiene, go regularity in the sleeping habit, healthy eating. Okay. And of course, that is my favorite, your exercise, being active. If you maintain all this, we can definitely come out of all the effects. And being a woman, as I believe that they are the pillar and they are the backbone of the home. So if you are strong, and many people would relate that if you are fit, you are following all this, everything will fall in place. Your family, your routine, maybe things might go up and down, but everything will be in place once this phase gets over. So that's it. I won't take much time because we have a very eminent speakers with us. And thank you. For any questions, you can just connect to us at last. Before that, I will just like to invite Dr. Deepa.
Thank you, Priya, so much for that awesome talk. It was really peppy and motivating for the present situation. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Deepa. And for the exercise benefits, what kind of exercises you should do, I request Dr. Deepa to take over. She's an eminent physiotherapist. She has completed her master's from Meenakshi College of Physiotherapy. She has 12 plus years of clinical experience and 6 years of academic experience. She has immense, interest in research work, and constantly she's an ardent, doing work, women's health worker, and every time she'll be keep on doing some or the activity related to him, women's health. So I just request you, Deepa, Dr. Deepa, to take over. I'll just make you host.
Thank you, Priya, for introducing me. Is my slides clear, Priya?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it's clear.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. So good evening, one and all present here. Thank you for joining. And it is a great motivation, you being people inside the forum. So my topic is about the physical activities, how women are undergoing stress levels and balancing their physical activities during their workout, their lockdowns. Priya had given a brief introduction about cognitive getting affected during this lockdown. So my topic is, are you working enough or are you getting worked up too much? So our situation right now is this. Yes, this. We all are stuck up with the mobile screen time in the form of TV, mobiles, laptop, labs. Everything has been connected. We are like getting our sessions done, classes, everything from cooking, getting ideas for cooking, getting ideas for home decor, buying things online, everything. We are sailing on the 6-point-inch mobile for everything, even contacting, even talking with our friends and relatives. Mobile is what working right now. Now then I had this in mind. What I am going through is what the other part of the world, women in the other part of the world going. So I did a little stats and to find out what the women in the other part of the world says. So I found out this. 50% of women are reporting this side effect of lockdown. Now that's really helping me feel good. So it's not only me who is going through this, it's everyone out there. So almost half of the women have reported gained weight. Now that's making me much more feel better that it's not only me who is going through the weight gain, it's the other part of the woman in the other part is also going through the weight gain. The spike in stress levels and a sedentary lifestyle has to be blamed, but then we all need somebody and something to be blamed. Now I'm going to blame this pandemic stress level who is helping me to put on that extra fad around me and increasing my love handles. Then it is almost too easy to give in to the temptations, the packages which are really in the cabinet, the lovely, beautiful, colorful packages, which help us and put on the extra fad around us. This is what we use during our unwanted stress. 75% of people have said that the curve, now the curve which I'm talking is not about the curve in your hip, but the graphical curve that the statistician has given. Like nearly on an average 10 kilos of weight has been put by the women around the world during this quarantine period. Now it's not only me who has been jumped to that higher level of number, which is showing me in the bathroom scale. Congrats. Now that's got going in my mind. So it's not only me who is sailing in the boat, it's others also. So it's not only me who is alone, right? So that's the question everybody will be going around. Is it only me? Is it only me? So me, when I say, I'm talking about everybody who is in front of me and who is not been joining with us today also. Now, the physiotherapist in me is trying to advise. What is it advising me? Physical activities which are being proposed by the ACSM, that is the American Academy of Sports Medicine, they say that children 5 to 18, they need 60 minutes of physical activity every day. And adults 19 to 64, yes, we are in between that group range. They need 150 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise activity per week. Now, this is not included during the lockdown. So let us know during a lockdown, when you're confined into a restricted space, you need to be physically active. I'm not talking about exercises, but physically active, moving around on the two legs, bipedal, yes, of course. Adults 65 plus, 150 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise and strength exercise 2 days, because they are very much hopeless with the vitamin D part. The next is, okay, now many of you would have been looking at me. Now, come on, what are you talking about? The same thing. I'm trying to do all the things perfectly. Now, don't look at me that way. I have something in you. Whenever we get up in the morning, we try to look at this. I am going to be a superwoman in the day, today's day. So I'm saying that don't try to be a superwoman where you think this is a picture perfect. and everybody around you is like literally working for you. Your kids are running around cleaning for you, cleaning the mess. Your husbands are giving you a helping hand. And of course, that's going to be a dream if I get such kind of a beautiful, perfect picture family. Now, that's not the case every time. The superwoman, what I say is this beautiful woman who is sitting right down in the green, blue, ocean blue dress, she's letting out her little heartlets and she's working remotely. Now, what that woman has done has she has paused everything around her. The news in the window for about corona, one child is crying, your cooking pots are like burning, and then another one is running around, what should I do the next prank? You have so many untouched work. Now she has paused everything and she's taken up the solace of 40 minutes of exercise or physical, any form of physical exercise for herself. And the beautiful smile that she's putting on her is that what is a superwoman's job for the day. So it's not about being the flamboyant and boasting body curves, but then just doing some form of physical activity. Don't just get carried away with the social media, who they are flaunting about their curves and flaunting about their lovely legs. So it is that they can do it, but what I can do it with this such a chaotic environment is that beautiful solace corner, having a virtual class online of exercise, which will put me into the right track after I am done. And I will put these things also in right track. I can make my child not cry. I can make the other one sit at one place, but that 40 minutes is a recharge for us. Now, if you do not do this, what would you end up with? I might end up being alone inside my mind, thinking about everything like, oh my God, she's doing this exercise, she's gonna do this exercise. But that's not the story around there. When you peep in, you will find out every house has the woman you are going through. Okay. So don't be in this pale situation. Just have that superwoman in your mind. Now, what should I do is the question everybody would have been thinking right now. I can tell you, I can suggest you a few. Try some virtual classes. If not yet, just enroll yourself hereafter. Try make everything a prop in your house. Now, even if that is a 6-month-old crawling baby, pick him up, just do your biceps exercise with him. Just move him. At least he will get that vestibular stimulation. Try make your household chores make you feel sweat. Okay. Now, when you sweat, all the body parts, your muscles, your cells, your nerves, your brain, everything thanks you, says, oh, thank you so much for that beautiful workout. That sweat is the gratitude which will tell us. Okay. So try healthy diet. Don't get tempted to eat more. Maintain a healthy immune system. Change your workout regimen. Turn on the beast mode inside you. Do not get turned in with the beast mode with your husbands and children. Just turn the beast mode towards your exercise. Okay. So the bottom line is stay active. Just stay active. Now that I've put in a green because green is always get going. So stay active. Above all, don't be guilty for not doing what you have planned. Remember, we always plan something and we try to put the environment into perfection corner. Remember, don't be guilty for that, what you have planned. And I'm just gone a little bit crazy with the fun moments. Just a few exercises I'm suggesting you, which you can do with your household exercises. Now, when you're watching a movie, you can be just, now I'm trying to be a superwoman over here. Again, here too. I've got little creative with my dumbbell. The grinder stone, I've tried to use it as my dumbbell. Yes. So now what to me a superwoman is in your thoughts and not action. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Before we start with that, I'm completely a person who is odd out. Like I feel like that after hearing to Deepa and Priya. Thank you, Priya. I'm seeing you after long years. Almost when my son was born, I was with you. You are my great trainer. Priya, Deepa was the person who introduced me. It is almost 10 years. Okay, it is almost 10 years. I suppose. Really happy to see that, and I'm really happy that you two are taking it forward in many ways. And really, it is really exciting to see. Uh, I'm also a part of ITSIO. Okay,
Thank
from
you.
the beginning.
Thank
Okay,
you, Chitra.
right. Fine. It is great to see all of you. Okay. And now maybe this session may be giving you a light open up for you to think about certain things, what we can do. We in the sense as a women can do when we feel that we are somewhat ideal at sometimes. Okay. So that is what my idea is, to open up certain things where we can think about doing something apart from our regular routine work also. Mindset is the only thing. If we feel that it is possible, we can. Okay, right. I strongly believe that it is only mindset and nobody can stop us. That is for sure. So nobody can stop us. If our mindset is very clear, this is what I need to reach, we can keep moving. How many people are trying to drag us down? Nobody can stop it. That is the power women have. But point is, we don't understand what our potential we do have within us. We feel that we are being trapped, we are being not motivated, but nothing can stop mindset. So with that particular note, I like to take it further. So as Deepa said, my topic will be about entrepreneurship. So I hope all of you maybe there is no need for us to give an introduction who is an entrepreneur, the person, what an entrepreneur should be, because I could see many of you maybe knowing what it is. So person who start with a business and keep doing, that is what we call here as an entrepreneur. But now, do I in the sense all of us in the team, okay, do we have that spirit, or do I have that willingness, or do I feel that I'm the person to take it further, whether I can do, okay, whether I can start, whether I can think about investing in something and making it forward to make some sort of business, which would be a little bit of support also for the family financially. Okay, for us to know that the screen which I'm showing you is this for us to analyze, okay. So that is what I like to show you in this particular screen, which means that to take the stock of our means. Here means, what I mean here is to know what it is, to know what I am, to know what I could make it up. So for that, first thing is I need to know who I am. So know who I am in the sense, what is the value, what is the attributes, what are the abilities do I have. That is what first we need to realize. If we realize that, then we'll be very clear what to be done next. I can have a clear, yeah, this is what I'm interested. This is the area I feel I'm more passionate about. So I can just keep moving with that particular area. The second one is, what do I know? That is very important. So after me understanding what I am, I need to know, what do I know? What is my skill set over here? So if we are able to identify the skill set, definitely we can move to the next level. It is possible for us to narrow it and channel it in a proper way to take it further. Some of them may be good in cooking, some of them in stitching, some of them in painting, some of them in blog writing, like Priya, Deepa. So I am not aware of other people's. So you all may be having one special skill set within yourself. Tap it down. Just tap it down. If you do that, that goes a long way. Okay. Coming back to the second one, what do I know? The second point is, do I have the decision making skill, negotiation skill, leadership skill, communication skill, ability to understand subject knowledge in what I am. After understanding who I am and knowing what I know, I need to know with the second thing, what is the special things that I require for me to take it further, for me to move ahead. That is the third one. And whom do I know? The most important part is, to whom I'm going to do for all those things. So if I have certain things in my mind, who is that going to get from me? This is going to be as a service, or this is the product I'm going to offer for anyone, or is it going to be helpful for anyone? That is very important. So first point is, we need to understand what we are, who we are, what, in which area we are strong. Definitely we are strong in different areas. Only thing is making it stronger, making us little bit sharpened to make it further. That will help us to achieve great goals. Okay, so the last point here, what is whom I know is to whom I can contact. We can't contact the whole world. It is not possible. To whom I can reach out. Who will be the person who will be interested in my concept, in my idea. So that is what we need to know about that. And coming to the next one, yes. Before the slide, we may be thinking that, yes, I have this type of skill set. Okay, fine. I know I do have this type of decision making skill. I have this type of unique thing which another is not having. I have this type of people who may be interested to get that type of product. But where to start? What is the idea? What is the idea? I like to start with it. So first point we need to be very clear is whether it's from the product. Do you have a product in your hand? Or else, are you having any solution for anybody's problem? For anybody's problem, if you have a solution, that is also one of the business point for us. And then if you find some customer who knows something, we are ready to give that based on the skill set what we have, whether you have that or else any unique special idea you have in your mind, for you to satisfy or for you to give it to the market or you to start with anything. That is very important. Okay, so it is very important to think about these are the broad 4 areas where we can think from where we can start with it. Whether we have a product, okay, fine. I can talk about my example. As Deepa quoted, I was actually Priya also knows that I was doing my PhD during that time when she is training me. Okay, so my area is about the women entrepreneurs in beauty clinics. What are the different types of problems they face, how they come out. Okay, that is what my area. So right now, after that, getting that experience, right now I am doing herbal hair oil, herbal hair mask, and facial items. I am doing completely with herbal. So what I have done that with the knowledge what I have in my hand, I started making something out of it. Not a big profit, but I'm happy what I'm getting it. So everyone is possible to do something based on the skill set what we have in our hand. So as I have that, I started making that. So with the knowledge what I have gained, I started making that. So that is very important to know in which area we are very strong and in which area we are a little bit passionate about. So what I had here is the idea, which is already there. I have the product also right now. I felt there are few customers who really want it. My customers I found, I don't want to go out and find any customer. I just found out the people who are my colleagues. Simple. I don't want to go and search for a very big number of people. I just found my colleagues. I started giving my products to them. I went on very well. Why I'm telling about myself is, even you people can find somebody like that. Even you may be having some product. You may be having something in your mind where you can put into practice. If you keep rolling out, that rolling out will let it into money in turn for us. So whatever idea have to be converted into money. So the next slide, what I'm going to show you, will be able to understand what we have to do. Right, I do have interest of doing some business, but where to start, how to start, what to do with it, but who will get my products? To get all those questions to be answered, first thing is we need to find the problem for not for us that is prevailing in the market, what is not available in the market, so that I can give the solution for that particular problem, so that problem, when it is addressed by me, I will be getting some sort of money in turn. That is what is idea. That is what is business about. Okay. So opportunities are hidden in the problems. When I find somebody is not able to find something, they are not able to find a solution. If we are able to find a solution for that particular problem, that is a business point for us. So we need to find a solution for somebody's problem. So when we find a solution for somebody's problem, that is an opportunity for me. So when there is a problem, my mind will say there is an opportunity for me. If somebody is having a problem, that is an entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, some people may be having a different view. You are enjoying with somebody's problem. No, in an entrepreneurial mindset, the point is, if somebody is finding a problem, if I have a solution for that, I will grab that opportunity. That problem should be converted into opportunity. How am I supposed to solve that particular problem? So that in turn, for example, I quote, I hope we all are using Redbus, right? How did this Redbus concept came in? The fellow who's a techie from Bangalore to Chennai, he has to travel. When he started, he put a day off for his office. He went all the way to the station, to the bus stop to take his ticket. Finally, when he landed there, when he just putting his hand inside the counter, they closed the counter and told him that ticket is not available. That is what the point. He felt very bad after putting a day off on his office and traveling all the way and standing in a queue and putting inside the counter his hands and getting the information, no ticket. That made me think that how many people may be having such a type of problem. Why don't I address that particular problem? And that came the concept of red bus. That came the concept of red bus, where we are. So when there is a problem, there should be some solution. That solution should be addressed by an entrepreneur. The same way, I will be showing a different number of, in the next slide to come, I'll be showing a different number of opportunities where we in the sense, women can start putting our skill set and identify certain things where we can earn money for our, okay. And there are different models can also be practiced there. We all know about Uber, right? We all know about Uber. Uber is one which has been in day-to-day life, many of them are using it. But after lockdown period, there was a slowdown. Many people are not able to use it because that is the problem, that we are not able to go. But right now we could find that they have changed the model by bringing a transparent screen between the driver and the patient. Anyway, business have to keep going, right? So there should be some ideas that we keep on coming in the mind of an entrepreneur when we want to make money in an ethical manner. But it is very important. In an ethical manner, when you want to make money, our idea will be keep going and we can keep on doing certain things which will be very interesting to practicing it. Okay, that is very important. So an entrepreneurial mindset should always be like changing, understanding the customer. If I'm not able to understand what the customer is actually in need of, I can't do any business. For example, let's say the simple food industry. If I'm not able to give the perfect taste for a particular person, he will not be my customer then. He will not be my customer. I need to understand each and everyone. Even for example, if I talk about Priya, she will understand what is that I require. When I came there, she understood what is my requirement. They taking a correct proper diagnosing of my body, whatever measurements, etc. She took everything monthly, 15 days and what she used to take. So that will make us understand that what is this particular person is requiring. In the same way, we need to be very clear what is that is required for the market, what is that I have to give it to them. That is very important. So there are some people who utterly fail because they don't catch the pulse of the market in the proper way. That will be the biggest problem. So understanding the market, understanding the customer, identifying the people, and then giving the product to the right is a beautiful process. It's a beautiful process. So we can talk a lot about those things if time permits in later part also. But let me tell you that to come back to this, so opportunities are there. It's only the way in which we look into that. Where is the problem? Do I have the solution? If I'm able to address that particular problem, I will be earning something. So we can start doing with that, okay? And after identifying there is some opportunity, there is some problem lying to someone. How do I understand that? So what are the questions that I have to address before we start with it? So first point is, do you feel the idea or the opportunity will meet the demand or need? Is it important? Is that important that this idea or the opportunity will meet the need or the demand? For the people who are really in need of it, we need to know that. The second one is, we have to be very clear in telling, very clear in our concept what we are. Will this idea be feasible? I can't put everything, whatever comes in my mind. May not be required by the customers also, or the people, or the market, whatever it is. They will not be interested in look into that also. If I have a such product, I can't go and beg everyone to sell the product. Instead, I need to know what is required. Do I have the idea which will satisfy the need? Then look into that and start giving to that particular people. That will really work out, okay? Is your idea highly feasible one? Is it practically possible? That is what is very important. We need to look into that. The third one is, will you be able to stand for long period in the market? It is not that only for a short period I like to invest, and nobody will be willing to invest in a business for a very short period. Long run, they love to be in the long run for the market, and they like to make them as a stars in the market for that particular field in which they are going to adapt. So for that, they need to make sure that whether they have the feasibility study, which is a big concept, where they can do that to make them stand in the market for a very long period. After, very important, the fourth point, does your product add value to the customer? There are two meanings for value. In English, we call it as a value is nothing but importance. Another, actually in entrepreneurial words, we call it as a value means the service, the, what to say, the addition that is going, the product is offering to me, the service that is going to be, as I'm going to pay for a particular product, what I'm going to get out of that particular product, that is what values actually cost us. So if I'm going to buy a diamond ring, for example, the value that is going to give me is prestige, something, pride. That is what. If I'm going to buy some other product which is not going to be much costly, but the product that is going to offer me as a service is at value. So when we have any product we offer to the market, first point is my product add value to the customer? If my product is not adding any value to the customer, they will not buy the product. Then we should not blame that my business is not going good. That will not be. So we need to make sure that whether this business is this content or whatever idea we have in your mind, is it going to add value to them? If that is not going to add value to them, don't do it. Don't burn your hands. We should not invest on it. So we should not do that type of business, or else we need to identify a different segment of people who will be willing to buy our products. So everywhere we need to get connect to whom I'm going to give. Is this idea will be accepted by that particular segment of people, so that people will be considered as a customer to me. People is different, customer is different. The people who have to keep coming regularly will be my customer. So to retain the customer, what I'm going to do? These things are very important. We have to keep all those things in our mind when we have an idea. And the next one is the idea which you have in your mind initially. Can that be converted as a money? That is very important. If nothing is going to be converted as a money, there's no point in doing as a business. We can do as a service. So that have to be converted as a money. The idea have to be converted as a money. To do that, there are some steps. There are some steps. Hope so. I couldn't make all the steps here, but when we follow those steps and models, definitely we will find out where we are going wrong. Instead of making ourselves burn our hands at the end, we can know this is where I may be going wrong. So instead of me going wrong in that particular place, what I have to do to make it a safe play, we can plan those things when we know those types of techniques. Actually, it is there where we can do it very systematically. Understanding those things, we can make it successful without any loss. That is what. So the next point is very important is, will my idea be monetized, where I can make that idea money? That is very important. Without making money, nothing is possible. No point in making it as a business. It can be made as a service. Okay. Can you sell your idea to your close friends and family? First thing is, think about your close circle people. When they are able to adapt, there are two things in it. As a friend, okay, whatever you do, that is so good. They may be giving that feedback. That is also there. Okay. Family members, okay, acha, fine. You do something, I'll just appreciate it. That is also there. Okay. But next point is, will a stranger buy your product? Very difficult. That is not easy for everyone. You know, Achi masala packet, each and every one of us is using that product. The person, when right now he is a very big legend in the industry, in the food industry, he's a very big legend. But initially, when he started his business, he was standing in a line in all the T Nagar also. He was standing and selling these sachet without any name in it. There is no Achi brand and all during that time. He put every masala packet in a normal cover and selling it to, giving it to them. And when they get the product, he will go back to the same person and get him feedback. He has done this for 3 years. Now the brand is highly established. We do buy, we go and we need Shakti only, we need Achi only, we'll be specifying with the names, but the hard work is very heavy. Just like that, nothing will come to us. So that is a proper research has been done by them, and that is why he is more successful nowadays. We can quote n number of examples like this. But whatever we do, women First importance is family. As Priya and other people, we all accept. First, family is very important. I hope Indra Nui, when she came happily into her house, stating to her mother, "Ma, I became the CEO for the company PepsiCo Holdings." The mother told, "Have you removed your chapels?" "Yes, ma, I removed my chapel." "Where is it?" "It is outside." "Remove your what to say, that post also outside. As you remove your chapel and come in as my daughter." She just simply went out, removed her chapels, came back and told, "Ma, I'm okay. That's okay. Go and get milk." That is what her mother first told. This is stated in TEDx. You can refer to that. Okay, she just went out, got milk packets and made and just boiled the milk and made coffee for them, for the people in their family. We do have multiple roles, but the screen which I'm going to show you next, you can pick whatever you want to pick based on the skill set, what you feel it is possible. Okay. These are the different varieties of business idea which we can do. If you can just Google it, all these types of business in the computer, and there are so many ways to do this also. The real practical way of doing it is also available there. You can be an online tutor. You can teach certain people. I hope many of them may be knowing about one academy which is called as Nerdy Academy, Nerdy, Nerdy Academy. So that academy started by a group of very small BCom students initially, couldn't complete the course also. They had a special skill set of teaching. That is what they sat together. They thought, why don't we do something? They don't have any technical knowledge. They had only one thing. What does that means? As I showed in the first slide, that they had the subject knowledge and they're interested to teach the people. That is what they had in their hand. They started going for a home and take the home tuition. And now 800 cities are having that Nerdy Academy. More than 1,000 students are enrolled in. 150 teachers, online tutors are there. This is what. So initially it may be very small. I hope I was telling to Deepa previously, let you start with a name, whatever, let this have a forum name. That will sound great, because I was telling her, yeah, that is, so because, one thing, FICCI, FICCI, when I attended the meeting 12 years, it was very small. They used to call us, they beg us to come and attend the program. But nowadays they are in different level. So I hope in a very short period, the small steps what you people are taking will be in a very great level. And I hope so. We are very, I've also taken one session for them. I'll be happy to state that, okay, please Priya and Deepa, try to put a name for your forum. That will add more value to you. That will be really highlighting also. You can add that, okay. And here, coming back to the business idea for women. So these are the different, some of them may be highly interested in cooking. Think how you can make that cooking as a business. How you can make the cooking as a business. Only thing is how you are presenting, that makes a difference. Cooking everyone can do. We do daily, 3 times a day, at least 4. Somebody may do 4 times also. But how that can be made as a business? We have to think like that. If we think like that, that is what it is that makes us have a very